I coach this client on shifting her inner authority, seeing herself as the authority first and foremost, holding standards in her business that she had previously let go to shit because she just wanted the money, and being non-reactive with her business decisions. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, podcast family. Welcome back to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. There are 5 Wednesdays in August, so lucky you get an extra episode. And this is the perfect time to create a cute new little series on the pod of the best questions that my clients are asking me in Voxer, because honestly there are so many conversations that I have with my clients that I've realized never ever get to see the light of day, but they are so good, and I think y'all deserve to get in on the kind of coaching I give my clients in between our sessions so you can get an inside look at working with me before you actually apply. How fun is that? So next week, the next round of my 12-week mastermind, the Fraud Squad, kicks off, and I am so excited to work with these women to help them unfilter themselves and their content, get more visible in their businesses and known for what they do, and sign more dream clients into their offers. My mastermind is for the women who are between 0K to 5K a month and want to break through to that next income level. And I will be running it again in early 2024, so you can get on the wait list for that at the link in my show notes. And my final spots for one-to-one coaching in 2023 are filling up, and this is my highest proximity container for the woman who is ready to scale to 6 or multiple 6 figures, for the woman ready for her next level of worthiness and her next level of wealth, for the woman who wants to be truly in love with her business and where it's headed, and who wants a coach alongside her to build out exactly what that looks like. At the link in my show notes, you will find the application for one-to-one, and then I'll slide into your DMs on Instagram to chat before we get started. Okay, I can't wait to work with you and blow you and your business up. So let's get into the episode. This is the best questions my clients have asked me recently in Voxer Part 1. So, a mastermind client asked, "My Instagram reach sucks ass. What should I do?" So, I don't usually coach on Instagram reach and metrics because truthfully, there's nothing we can do about them. And I know that might be super annoying to hear, but this is one area where I'm like, dude, you have to accept defeat here. Even the so-called algorithm experts aren't entirely sure of what works and what doesn't, but I'm telling you, it is a waste of time to worry about the metrics and engagement because there is nothing you can do. Actually, it's a waste of time because it takes you away from doing the things you could be doing, like engaging with other accounts, using hashtags, creating excellent content. Let the algorithm be and continue to do your thing. Okay, so rant over. And this client actually already knows my thoughts on all of this, so I didn't say all of that to her, but I did start with empathizing with her, and then I actually gave her some strategic things she could do to increase her reach and engagement, like engaging with other accounts that are similar to her ideal client, engaging with her community, using hashtags. But then I called her back to her highest self. I asked, would the 10K a month version of you be worried about reach? Would the 20K a month version of you be worried about reach? I also audited her content for a minute and loved what I saw because she was speaking directly to her soulmate client. Before, her content was more vague and way more broad, which is the perfect recipe for more engagement, but not for calling in clients. So, while consultations and interest in her services have increased, this might mean less engagement, but that's okay. You just need to know how to stand in your power anyway. To see past that moment of frustration with your metrics and be like, okay, how do I want to move forward with this knowledge I have of my metrics? I straight up don't check my reach or insights too often. And whenever I notice myself doing that, I know something is going on unconsciously that I need to address. That is always the answer though. What is the highest version of you doing? And why aren't you already doing that? If you compound enough of these actions together, you will experience results so much faster. The next question was from a one-to-one client. She left me a voice note that someone said yes 2 days ago to coaching with her for 6 months. Yay. And she had sent her the contract, but the potential client hadn't signed it yet. What should she do? My client actually was asking if she should send her a follow-up. So I don't often tell my clients exactly what to do because self-trust and self-governance is super important to me as a coach. But I did tell this client to not send a follow-up. It had only been 2 days, and 99.9% of the time, potential clients are not answering because of anything that you did or didn't do. It is almost always about them. They got busy, they were figuring stuff out, etc. So I had her energetically detach from the sale. I sent this client my custom cord cutting meditation and then coached her on living her life and detaching from the potential sale. There is nothing else you need to do, but instead be the way you would be if you were totally and completely fine without the sale. My mentor sent a payment link long before I actually even made the payment, but I was always intending to make it. And it's happened to me before too. What you need to do is get really good at holding the energy of the potential sale without attaching yourself to the outcome. As your income grows and you sign more and more clients, you will be less concerned with one person buying and you'll just be living your life while people buy. And you can tap into that energy right now. Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
So what I enjoyed about working with Jill and being in her From Imposter to Empowered program was just discovering the depth of the root cause of why I feel like an imposter and how to overcome it with actual tangible tools, and also being able to journal out and just discover and dig deeper, which is something that is very important to me as a spiritual leader in this industry. And being able to have a space where that was facilitated and feeling safe and feeling held was amazing, and I am so glad that I had the opportunity to be in this program.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. Success actually looks like a lot of open loops. People asking about your services, payment links and contracts being sent, and that's totally and completely okay. It's normal even. It's up to you to hold yourself to the standard that you would if signing a client was no big deal. Be excited and grateful for a client who said yes, of course, but also how is this just a regular fucking Wednesday for you? Am I right? Obviously, if you said yet that you would follow up with the client on a certain date after a sales call or a sales conversation, then do what you said you would do. But if a follow-up wasn't planned and you're just trying to push the sale along, not the vibe. You wouldn't be doing that if you had 100% certainty and trust in yourself. And you have to believe that you will work with clients you're meant to work with, which I totally and completely do. So I told this client to live her best life, detach from the potentiality of the sale, and trust that what she's done is enough. And P.S., this client paid a day after we had this conversation in Voxer, and she closed the sale. The last convo I'll share with you in today's episode was with another one of my one-to-one clients. She said, Jill, I'm shifting my packages and now I need to show up like the expert who can sell those packages. How? So how questions in my world are always followed with who would you be if it was already happening? Unless, of course, it's a legitimate strategic question of how do I use this piece of tech or how do I do this, right? So in this case, this was a identity and mindset question. So I coached this client on shifting her inner authority, seeing herself as the authority first and foremost, holding standards in her business that she had previously let go to shit because she just wanted the money, and being non-reactive with her business decisions. I also coached her on acting like an authority versus being an authority. I told her that they were two different energies. worrying about what to say to sound good enough and actually believing that they are already good enough, because they are. She doesn't need to act at all. She has the expertise, the leadership skills, the testimonials, and the business to back up the identity she's stepping into. And that's what she needed to prioritize. Going through her testimonials, reminding herself that her clients love her and love the work that she does for them, reminding herself that she is not faking anything whatsoever. This client is someone who came back to me after a while, so it doesn't take her long to clean this up when I coach her. But everyone has these moments where we forget who the fuck we are. So what I was intending to do here is to align her identity with the new offer she created so she could show up and sell it powerfully and authentically. And a little coaching in Voxer is all it took. The conversations we have in Voxer are so potent. Whenever I go into Voxer to coach, it is my intention to elevate their frequency, shift their mood, and break open something in their mind while I'm talking to them. My biggest shifts have happened by listening to coaches in Voxer, so I intend to do the same for my clients. And when you work with me in one-to-one coaching, you can expect to have these conversations between our coaching sessions, so you are never without a breakthrough, a realization, and a shift into the results that you want, even if we are not physically on a coaching session. And I would love to work with you in one-to-one coaching to help you scale your identity and your income to 6 or multiple 6 figures and into your next level of worthiness and wealth. So you can click the link in my show notes to apply to one-to-one, and then I'll slide into your DMs so we can chat and make sure that it is a perfect fit. I love you guys. I hope you loved this episode, and I'll definitely be doing more of them. And I'll see you next week in September. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at Your Coach Jill. See you next time.